Yes.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh, Ben, take Grandma and me and go play. What's up, everybody?
All right, we're going.
Michaela Soward, that's my sister. You're a weirdo. What are you doing on here? Carissa Osborne, hello, hello. Half Acre Dreams. Andrea Jukes, how you guys doing? Jessica and Meg Hollars. So, in case y'all didn't see the thumbnail, the Hollars are here at our house, hanging out. Really fun. And we've been talking and just enjoying fellowship today. We actually pulled out all the stops for them and cooked pork chops from the pig that we raised here, and it was the best pork chops we've ever had. Jessica's an amazing cook. And sauteed vegetables, fried some okra out of the garden. It was just it was a great meal, being able to eat from the farm. So Ben Holler will be here in a second. Jess and Meg are actually out in the garden shooting a quick video for tomorrow because we're just kind of running a little behind. So me and Ben are going to hang out for a little bit, and then you'll get Meg and Jess back here in probably about 20 minutes. Oh, yeah, the pork was amazing. The sausage, I cooked up a pound of sausage when Daniel was here. And we had kale and eggs, sausage, and it was all made from the farm. And it's just, I don't know, it's a really cool thing to be able to eat an entire meal that you prepared. This is my brother from another mother, my doppelganger, Ben Holler. We look pretty close.
Pretty close.
I'm a little bit bigger stature this
He's
way.
bigger.
But
bigger.
And I'm also got a bigger belly. That's okay.
I can work on that.
Not off all the hard work you did on Hole 30.
Well, there's Rose. Hey, everybody.
What's up?
So
we got Heirloom Permacultures here. What's up, John and fam? There's Ethan.
Ethan is here.
The Stivers. Love the Stivers. Rose, some roots. And I thought I saw Kate's Kitchen's in here.
It's a lot.
I didn't see Big Bear. Big Bear may not be in here.
How's he doing?
Jason?
Yeah.
I think he's doing okay. I don't know. Should I be concerned?
I don't know.
Here, scoot over a little bit so we're a little balance the camera a little bit. Just
There we go. Hi, Aunt Tracy. Looks like everybody's here.
See how the lights? Jessica's like all about the lighting. All right. Yeah, see, Zach Stiver said we really got the brother look going. Yeah, it's true. Maybe it's because that window's cracked. The camera keeps having trouble focusing.
He's got way longer hair than I do.
It's true, I do. Mine's like way below my shoulders. But I need a haircut, so.
You should get them all cut.
I don't know. I don't think there's anything going on with Jason. There he is right there.
There he is.
Jason, you good? Give us a thumbs up. Everyone's wondering what's going on with you.
Knowing my listen to half a conversation.
Well, he did shave his beard off.
Maybe that's what it was.
I thought mentally maybe he was unstable.
Well, there is that. We're not going to talk about that.
I mean, he did say that Robin wasn't going to kiss him anymore if he didn't shave, so I get that.
Wow, that's brutal.
I understand. So also, we got a cool email this week. YouTube is sending us our play button.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
How long have you guys been over 100,000?
We went over in
January.
So it takes but we knew it took a little while. I know White House on the Hill got theirs, and so we're kind of wondering, and so I'm excited about that.
You have to do a whole episode.
Yeah, I don't know. Jessica's probably going to put it in the greenhouse, is what she said, which makes sense.
That makes sense. That's where it belongs.
That'd be cool. And the other thing they did is they gave us the
check mark.
Yeah, I got the check mark now.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I guess this really doesn't matter, but, you got it. So, check. See, I like checking off lists. So, it's like, oh, they gave us a check mark on YouTube. Check.
When you hit 100,000, I saw someone asking, when you hit 100,000 subscribers, YouTube sends you a plaque with a silver plaque.
They have different rewards for different levels. So, if we were to get to, when we get to 1 million subscribers,
it's a gold play button, right?
Yeah, I think it's gold. And then when you get to 10 million, you get diamond. And then they made up another one.
Did they?
I think for PewDiePie when he got to, or they're going to when he gets to 100 million or something like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. honestly, the 100,000 was a big deal. So
When will the Hollars be back? We have two more stops, then we'll be back. So by this weekend.
yeah, Mississippi and
Or, no. What's today? Today's Sunday. Oh my gosh. I don't
You'll
even
be
know.
back like Thursday, depending on how long you stay in Mississippi.
Mississippi's an overnight. It's Mississippi.
So then Tuesday, Wednesday,
we're getting back Wednesday or Thursday.
Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah.
Something like that. End of the week.
Hey, what's up, Rita and Jerry? Thank you, Linda. #1 fan. That's pretty funny. Thank you for that super chat, Linda.
Yeah, we are completely avoiding I-40.
Yeah, is it pretty bad?
A lot of Oklahoma is underwater. I mean, it's a
I-40
mess.
is?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. There's a picture. We came through Muskogee, Oklahoma,
Mm-hmm.
and Okie from Muskogee. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And so, of course, I got pictures with the sign just for myself.
Right.
And then we saw. Oh, I kicked the table. Saw pictures of the entire town that we had just driven through, completely underwater. Like, it was crazy.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy.
Wow. That is nuts. Yeah, I was going to say, Heirloom Perms up by Tulsa, where all the water's coming from, because the Arkansas River runs through there. Well, they had to open up all their. I was watching the video from the Corps of Engineers here in Arkansas, and they had to open up all their.
The spillways.
Well, Tulsa has a system in place to hold water back to prevent flooding. Arkansas River in Arkansas doesn't.
Okay.
We have hydroelectric and we have regulatory dams. So essentially what that means is they push water through to maintain a certain level of depth for the barges on the port.
Okay.
Well, Tulsa's got full, and so they had to let it fly, and that's why it's ever been this bad. No, we're not anywhere near a flood area of waters, and they're getting hit.
Pelted.
So they said it should crest on Tuesday, so 2 more days of rising, and then it should stop, even with all the rain that's coming. So that's pretty cool. Let's go back and talk about Little Feathered Farm. Thank you guys for that. That's awesome. Blesses us. And Megan Turner, new animal update. So the weekend of the 15th is when we're going there to get them. I have finished the land clearing. I got that done. Actually, my brother gave me an extra day, so I finished it Tuesday. Wednesday, I spent taking the equipment back to him so he could use it for a job.
You have a preference on coffee cup?
It's on the counter. It's like one of the handmade mugs.
The one with the flowery handle?
No, that's not it. just grab one out of that cabinet in front of you. So we are still making preparations. I've got some fences to put up. And actually tomorrow, Ben's actually going to help me while I've got some extra hands get the beehive boxes and frames cleaned and burned and ready. And so we're going to be working on, you want to say hi real quick, Ben? Say hey.
Hi.
Go play. Getting all the beeves ready because our nukes are in and they're ready to get picked up next week, not this coming week, but the week after. So we're going to go ahead and get the hives ready tomorrow, and then I'm going to get this work on fencing and some other details. So that's what we're doing. It's a flock of velociraptors. I've already said that.
Where's your sugar?
John, did you have to shave your beard? That's it.
You use sugar?
Yeah, 2 of those.
2 scoops?
Mm-hmm. Quick, you're alone. Tell us what the surprise animal is. That's maybe if it was Jess sitting here, you could get her to do it, but there's no way I'm telling you.
Use half and half?
Actually, that creamer right there in the door, or somewhere in the.
Creamer in the door.
It's got like, you can use that. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not that picky like Jess. So as far as coffee goes, a camel, that would be pretty cool. I wish Meg was making chowder. She is not, because she doesn't have time. Besides, we wanted to really treat them this time, so we cooked up a really great dinner for them. Jess almost slipped. Yeah, I guess that has happened a couple of times. When do you find out about the new animal? So we'll probably film. Jessica's got some ideas for filming a particular way of filming the video. So we'll probably release it the Monday or so or Tuesday after that weekend. So that's probably it. Or depending on how Jessica wants to do it, I mean, you guys may be able to get her to go live when we get them and, get to see them live.
Are they trying to get you to spill the beans about the moose?
Yeah, the moose or the elk or the velociraptors. Honestly, I think a flock of variegated velociraptors sounds pretty cool. Whatever animal we are getting, though, after all this, I'm pretty sure I'm going to use dinosaur names from like different movies and stuff. Rooted Wanderers, oxen. Lauren, you already know what it is.
Good how fast these chats go. Good night.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's actually not even that bad. As soon as Jessica gets on here, it'll go even faster. Because then all the gardeners want to start asking about vegetables. See, they've learned not to even bother asking about gardening right now because I'm like, I don't even know.
It's out there growing.
They say, yeah, we got some tomatoes. Some other things that are green. Yeah, Jess isn't here, McClendon Homestead. I don't know if we've got it or not. I don't know. Sometimes on the weekends, we don't even check emails because if we did, that's all we'd be doing all weekend.
Ain't that the truth?
We were just talking about Star Wars, John. I was enlightening Ben as far as the cartoon series being more informative and better written than the movies. Like the Clone Wars cartoons and Rebels are probably my two favorite productions that Star Wars has ever done.
We talked about it enough. Now it's like, well,
No, you should still watch it.
We should go watch it now.
You should watch it. Plus, you've got kids.
The kids enjoy it. Well, yeah, that's the best thing about having kids. It's like, hey, guys, you want to watch this?
Yeah. Okay, so I did plant a plant inside that Vader planter head. I got someone from Australia sent us a planter. It's out on the pavilion. You saw it?
I saw it. I was going to ask.
It's a Darth Vader head. Well, I planted this variegated, like dark purple, white pepper.
Oh, it's a pepper.
Well, it's got white, so it's light, dark, and it's got pepper, so it's like bad temper. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a Darth Vader plant. At least I thought it was. I thought it was a good choice.
I thought the purple color was a good choice.
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
Yeah, I'm super excited about bees.
I'm super excited about
I'm actually more excited about bees than I am about the new animal. I don't think Jessica is. I think she's equally excited about both.
About the bees?
Yeah, she really has been looking forward to bees. Hey, what's up? Sow the land. Is that sow the land?
Where?
Ethan said, hey, sow the land. I didn't see him. But if they are here, he's my carpentry hero.
I think he's every man's carpentry hero.
Yeah, I think
being out there and seeing everything he makes. It's like, oh my gosh.
That's Jason.
Hey,
what's up, Jason? I am your Pepper Luke. That's awesome. Playing speaker.
Yes, we got our trailer fixed. We've been on the road a couple days now. We're almost back home. Obviously, we're here. So
yeah, definitely not in New Mexico right now.
Yeah, not in New Mexico.
So Shane Tisdale says, "Hey, mine Ben from North NSW, Australia." I don't know what NSW means. North Southwest. North. I don't know what NSW means. But hey, what's up from Australia?
That's awesome.
We're gonna visit Australia at some point.
I would love to go to Australia.
These are not the pepper. Man, there's so much.
Wow,
They are no, but seriously, me and Morgan have gone back and forth. There is a serious amount of Star Wars gardening, homesteading references, like stuff you can pull from.
The spice is strong with this one.
NSW is the state New South Wales. Ah, cool.
Okay,
cool.
Saw it a couple times. Yeah, we got the truck fixed, got the trailer fixed. We're putting out a video in the next day or so talking about it. But yeah, everything's working so far.
The garden tour will be up Tuesday. So we're having to balance this whole thing with the amount of work I'm having to do to get ready for the new animals, get the bees ready, and all that. We have a ton of kids, in case you guys didn't remember, and all the other responsibilities we have as parents and
being adults,
different things like finding, like we're having to just work together. And so sometimes things have to get put off or maneuvered to fit to make it all work. And one of the things that we really needed to clean up some stuff and do some work in the garden. So instead of shooting the tour, we went ahead and just spent all day and morning this morning working in the garden and getting it maintained and maintenance, and doing what you have to do. And so the garden tour will come out Tuesday. Tomorrow will be a regular vlog, and then we'll do the garden tour. We'll do a vlog with obviously Meg and Jessica because they're down there shooting it right now.
Oh my gosh.
You need to go. Bye-bye.
Yep.
Let's my moderators get to it first. Bye, Barney. And man, this is the first time I've had to moderate my channel. It's going too fast though. I think
It's pretty fast. How hot is it? It's hot. Like it's really
pretty
hot.
humid. It's pretty humid.
The temperature outside is not very comfortable if you have a broken AC in your truck.
Yep, there's some more.
There's some more. You're getting spammed.
That's all right. We'll get it. Nope, not garden for cheap. Wow, man, we really are getting hit.
Yep.
Where are these guys coming from? Honestly, I'll be honest. We really don't get a lot of troll activity. I mean, honestly, we've had live every week for months. And honestly, this is the first time I can remember even having a bunch of troll stuff. So they're on it. John said it wasn't even showing up on his end. All right, let's see. Any more questions? Anyone got any questions that's not related? The heat brings out the trolls. That's actually probably true.
That's true.
Because it's two guys sitting here, and it's
Right.
all these ladies.
There's another one.
I'm like, girl, have you seen our wives? That's not even half tempting.
I wasn't even reading them.
I was just trying to figure out what the heck it was with all they mixed it in with all the emojis and stuff.
Yeah.
It's nuts. When should we expect an overhead view of Homestead with the new drone? That's a very good question, John. I was talking to the professional drone flyer over here, Ben Holler.
Oh my gosh.
I think actually, would you mind just taking it out? We'll take it out in the morning and just maybe we can figure it out. Flying it's not the problem. I had a problem getting the camera to. I can only get it to go two positions, looking straight down or looking straight ahead. Well, that didn't really give us the kind of shot I was looking for,
Right.
because I either had to have it really low to the ground to get a shot ahead on, or I had to go just straight above it, which didn't really give the. I'm kind of wanting looking down, flying over.
Right.
Well, I couldn't get it to do it. So we're gonna play with some settings. I'm gonna try and get some stuff. Now, what I did too, and it may have been in the vlog, but it did is we went to I went and flew over the trees and went and checked out the horses because I hadn't seen them that day. And that was fun because I was probably like 200 yards away. I mean, that's
right.
Which I know it's got a longer range than that, but
Right.
still, it's like it kind of makes you a little nervous because
Oh, yeah.
drones are not cheap,
No,
and like you can't see it or hear it.
so you got which one?
I got the Mavic Pro,
Mavic
not
Pro.
2, just the regular.
So
Pro.
the Mavic Pro it's a radio signal, right?
Mhm.
Ours is Wi-Fi.
Okay, so if it goes outside your Wi-Fi, does it just return?
Yeah, it'll go home.
Okay.
So when we were out at Jill Salatin's, I pulled it out, plugged it in, fired it up, took off, started flying. It's like, we got to get this shot. We got to go. The weather's starting to get bad. And I took off. Well, I never let it set its return to home location. The last time I had flown it was in Michigan. So I flew it out over the pasture, was getting some really nice shots, and it loses signal. My controller goes dead. The screen freezes, and it says, return to home. I was like, okay, it'll come here. And then I realized I hadn't set return to home to where I was standing.
Did it start flying to Michigan?
It started flying to Michigan. So I took off running, and just luckily I got to a clear spot in the trees, and it reconnected, and it had just stopped, turned, and just started booking it.
Wow.
So, yeah, always set your return to home location.
Maya, what is your favorite meal to cook for friends, guests, family that come to visit? Jessica's got a pretty good list of things. Like, we have some staples. One of them, which we made for you guys at Christmas, was the sweet potato hash, which is like Thanksgiving breakfast with fried eggs. One of my favorite things. That's pretty unique. Not a lot of people have ever had it before, so that's always good. Jessica makes a stellar Alfredo sauce, a steak chili. She does a really solid Southern chicken and dumplings, not a Northern. I don't understand there's a difference. See, my mom's from Indiana, and so when we had chicken and dumplings growing up, it was more like stew. Mm-hmm. So it's like more brothy, not real creamy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it had like carrots and green beans and peas. And the dumplings are like biscuits that float on top. Does that make sense? Not like dense.
See, that's
so Southern dumplings are like dense. There's no vegetables. It's just chicken, and it's more gravy-ish, and then it's got dense dumplings. Jessica does Southern dumplings, chicken dumplings, and I actually like that more. And so hers are very good.
I like either.
I'll eat food.
Like either.
I like food.
Chicken and dumplings.
A cookbook is definitely something because we've gotten. I mean, she draws inspiration from a lot of different places. Let's see, Mad Hungry is a book we use a lot. Pioneer Woman is one that we pull a lot from, but none of the recipes that we're using are from the books. They're like they started that way, but over 15 years of cooking them, like they're basically Jessica's recipes at this point, and she cooks them from memory. So we actually are going to, no, I say we, but really Jessica is going to be putting out a cookbook at some point.
Drones.
Answer would be anything Jessica cooks. That's actually true.
That's a good answer.
Well, that's good to know. Michigan chicken dumplings is from the Southern. Well, that's good. It's not that it's not bad. Northern dumplings aren't bad. They're just different. And if you're expecting it to be one way, then you get something else, you're gonna be a little disappointed. Because, like, honestly, both of those things fall into soup, which Ben Vinson loves. Ben Vinson loves soup. So if you guys like our canning soup, if like you guys like canned soup, send a sample to Ben Vinson. He'd love it.
He loves soup.
He really does love soup. He said he loves soup more than even steak, which I thought was a little strange. But I mean, the guy loves soup. He loves soup. I wouldn't lead you guys astray either.
No. Completely truthful. I remember him talking about how much he loved soup last time we were there.
I know. I'm very confident of the soup loving. Yeah, see, upstate New York. That's the one I'm talking about. Yep. It's like balls of dumplings and they sit on top.
Yep.
Whereas like Jessica's dumplings are like super heavy,
saucy
sauce. It's just a very different. It's just very different methods. It's like different ways of frying chicken. Which, and trust me, there are different ways to fry chicken. What is the temp today? That's a good question. It was hot. I know that. Like we sat in the pavilion and it was not.
Oh, it was enjoyable.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't the best.
In the shade with the breeze blowing, it's not bad.
I got to put my tools up. It's going to rain tonight.
I want to say it was probably about 90 when we got here.
Look at that. Just rain.
Rain all week.
It was in the 90s. It's 83 now. So it's probably in the 90s. Two-family homestead. What's up? The John Wayne of channel moderators. He's fastest on the keys. Yeah, I bet you Florida's a lot hotter than us right now.
I know it's so hot that if you bring your camera from inside the house to outside and
It
expect to
frosts, or
record,
it
fogs up.
Fogs up. Yeah, Ethan, I think you'd die. You'd probably die, and we don't want you to die. So
No,
if you are gonna move from Minnesota, you need to make sure you do it slowly.
just stay.
It's like a diver being in deep water. You can't go too fast, so like the oxygen in your blood and all
You
that.
get the bends.
You can't move to the south from the north too quickly, or something bad happens.
You spontaneously combust.
Yeah, that's it. Are leaf miners an issue right now for your garden? I don't know what leaf miners are. That's a good question for Jessica. She should be back up here at some point. Get the bends. John, you're so funny. So funny, John. I moved to Alabama from Alaska.
Ooh, that's
hardcore.
That's a change right there.
That is hardcore. Did you have to like live in a suit that like kept you cool while you acclimated? Honestly, though, I have friends. Okay, so we have friends that live right down the street from us and did a farm, and they just moved to Alaska, in Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana, all that. Alaska doesn't get as cold.
No kidding.
More often than those climates are colder longer and more time than Alaska.
That's crazy.
No, the part of Alaska they're in. I don't know
Right.
why, but that's odd. And you can look it up.
It's probably got something to do with the land mass and where they're located. And
Yeah.
jet stream and all that.
Jet stream and all that, right? Thank you, Lisa.
So much chat.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll just do the best we can. Then we can just pass it off to Jessica, and then we'll just be the token trophy husbands.
It's cold, but it's a dry cold.
Deb from France also subscribed to PewDiePie. Hey, thank you for the super chat, Deb. Or Dab. Dab? Yeah, Dab. From France. I've never been to France. I would love to. I love history, so going to different countries that have a longer history than America
Right.
is always something I've wanted to do.
I've always wanted to go to Israel.
Oh, Israel would be great. Really, just that whole area, the whole.
My brother and his wife went a couple years ago, and the sites are so old, thousands of years old. And we don't have
Queen
anything like
Bean.
that.
How did the no coffee, no sugar thing go? About this good. That's where we're at on that. We did not barbecue or smoke meat. All right, so Ben Vincent is the one who we traded for the pig. And so when he has all his pigs, so I think his family kept 2. He had sold all the others to his recurring customers. And so when he took all the pigs, so what he does is he takes all the pigs to the butcher, and then the customers go and pick theirs up and pay for it. So he just came by and picked up mine. I think he actually included that in a vlog. And he just took mine with all the other pigs. And so we are not trained or equipped right now to harvest pigs.
Right.
I don't really have the knowledge. I don't have the different, like I know you need a scalder and all those other things. Like we don't have that. And so until we are set up for it, we'll use a local processor. And so we did not barbecue or smoke any of it ourselves. Now we do have a bunch of smoked meat, but we didn't smoke it ourselves. But it is very good. Sure. Yeah, get it out of the Berkey thing. Hey, what's up, Single Dad? Chris from Single Dad Homestead. I think someone said hey to you. What's up, dude? Going too fast to catch y'all. What's up, Artisan Bard? Garden Obsession. How's the brush clearing going? I have finished the clearing process. Now I've got to build. Yeah, I'll give him your phone number. I'll give him your phone number. What do you need his
Oh,
phone
I
number?
missed
Single
it.
Dad from Chris from Single Dad Homestead.
I think we have his number.
Okay, well, I'm gonna make sure that you
Yeah.
have it, and
Yeah,
then
we'll
you
get
can
it.
send him a text to figure out what he's wanting. When do you get the new critters? That's the weekend of the 15th of June.
It's gonna be hot.
Yes. Would you have, or would I have played D&D? I have played D&D in my life. I've never really gotten into it a whole lot. You didn't.
D&D.
Did you?
I have.
I know you played World of Warcraft, so
That's pretty close. That's
pretty much it's
live
a
action.
video version of D&D.
I have played D&D with my brothers.
That's what I'm saying. I played with my brothers who were really into it, but
Yeah.
I never actually. I didn't have the patience for it.
Right.
Like, I'm the kind of guy that's like, I want to get my sword and kick the door in and start slashing stuff. Like, I don't want to have to like build up a character,
Right.
like, and die 16 times and be revived by the paladin before you can actually do something. So, I just didn't have the patience for it. Fat and Happy Ranch. What is your favorite mantra of scripture to keep y'all grounded? Honestly, Ephesians 3:20 has just been a constant. Actually, that's not completely true. That's for me and Jessica as a team. That's really what we always go back to. There was this one time though that my mom, about 4 years ago, called me. She said I was having quiet time. This is not like my mom. So this is why I really paid attention to it, because she didn't do this very much. But she called me one day and she said I was having my Bible study and I was reading Jeremiah 1. And she said, I felt like God was talking to me. She's like, I almost heard the audible voice of the Lord. And he said, this is your son. And she's like, she said, yeah, I know. His name's Jeremiah. He goes, no, this is your son. And she's like, hey, I get it. I get what you're saying. This is my son. I named him Jeremiah. He's like, no. Listen to what I'm saying. He's saying, this is your son. Like, reading the scripture. And basically, if you read Jeremiah 1, it talks about how I set you apart from in your mother's womb. I set you aside. And it goes over the mandate that God put on Jeremiah's life. And she's like, oh. And I was in that moment, as she's having this quiet time, I was just having a rough time in my personal psyche. Like, I was out back. We had just had some stuff die on the farm. It was really early on in the farm. I was struggling. I wanted to quit. I was just very raw and letting my emotions out. And I was just kind of pacing at the back of our property, talking to God. And she called me right at that moment that I was having these questions about my identity and about what was he doing? Like, what, you know, saying, what were you doing? Like, what was the purpose behind all this? And she shared that with me. And she's like, God really wants me to tell you that, he sets you apart from before you were born. And that has really kept me going, kept me grounded. So sorry, that's a long answer for one question, but
I've got one.
Go ahead.
One that really has stuck with me for quite a long time is Jeremiah 29:11. Like you said, Jeremiah, it was like, okay. Funny story, like Jeremiah 29:11 has been my life verse for a long time. And I had just, hadn't thought about it in a while. And while we were traveling, I started seeing it in weird places. Like we'd go in a gift shop and there it would be on a plaque. Like, what? And just weird places. And towards the end of the trip, we were really tired of traveling and really tired of everything. And like when we came here, it was written on the basement wall down in the basement. And I walked in and saw that and just about fell over. So like for me,
well, that's also versus I would say that's probably, which is interesting because she married a Jeremiah. But I would say that was actually one of Jessica's go-to staples, because of the the plans to prosper you, not to harm you type thing. And honestly, it resonated so much with Jessica that before we even met, she named her very first photography studio Studio 29 off of Jeremiah 29:11. And so,
That's cool.
you know, when we got together and I was, obviously named Jeremiah, like that was one of the things God used to confirm
it's a sign.
things. So that's also very, very powerful scripture for us as well. That's why it was written on the wall in the basement. Okay, so you and Jess need to dress up as Jay and Silent Bob for Halloween one year. Y'all would be spot on. Thank you guys so much for everything. Oh my gosh. Obviously, I must be Bob. I don't know. Jessica has too dark a hair to be Jay. Thanks, Laura. She said she loves both the channels.
Thanks, Laura. That's awesome.
Let's see. We were thinking about making from Adventure Smiths. We were thinking about making a live Minecraft. Is that Minecraft?
Live Minecraft video.
It's like digital homesteading.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, my kids love Minecraft. Actually, what's interesting is that, when me and Jessica were dating, I still played video games then. And one of the games that I was very early in getting involved in was Minecraft. Like, me and my friend Daniel had Minecraft when it was in beta testing. Literally all you could do was just place blocks. There was no other
function.
There's no other function. It was just an
build
open
stuff.
sandbox. And I think we paid like $7 or $4 for it or something like that. And now, you can't buy it for less than $30.
Right.
And so we have full access to it. My kids have played it on computer. And it's from that, because when you buy something like that so early on in development, you just get access to everything that changes. And so for $7 or $4, I think we've had Minecraft for a really long time.
Bye, Aunt Tracy.
Bye. Okay. This is Ben Holler from the Holler Homestead. So if anyone's on here that doesn't know who this is, the Holler Homestead has a YouTube channel. They have a great story. I'm not going to tell you all about it because then you won't go watch all the videos. So go check out all the cool videos and watch their journey. But they've gone from California to all over the country and have settled down in the Carolinas. Jessica and Meg, Meg is Ben's wife, are outside finishing up shooting a video. And then they're going to come in here, hopefully here soon, and hang out with you guys. That's awesome, Christy. I'm glad that you're finding God is talking to you. Farm Life Outfitters, what's going on? Yeah, I like the Hollars too. I don't have a lot of time to watch YouTube, but I always try and stay up to date on what's going on with them.
It's hard to watch everybody's videos.
I don't know who crashed YouTube today. It wasn't me. Oh, Natalie's on here. Hey, what's up? Hey, it's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful life.
I don't get the reference.
Okay, so we were at the bakery. It's my sister from another mister. We were at Baker Creek. We had just walked in, and we had just walked into the Baker Creek tent, the speaker tent. And Doug says, hey, there's there. And he goes, oh, and Roots and Refuge is here. And everyone's like, yeah. Right. So then Natalie was kind of behind me. And so he didn't see her. And so when we go all the way around and sit down, she just sits down on the bale and we're just watching this thing, watching them do their talk. Well, he looks over and sees her and goes, oh, hey, it's a beautiful life, which it's, hey, it's a good life.
Right.
He goes, hey, it's a beautiful life. I saw you sneak in there. So then later she goes up to him and was making and made some kind of punny joke about their name, saying Doug and Sharon or whatever she called them. Or not Stacy, it was Stacy and something. Anyways, it was just funny because he messed up the name in front of all the people. I was just giving her a hard time. Oh, the Homestead.
Homestead.
What's up, Kaylee? Bob from Off Grid with Bob and Stacy. Kaylee, my pig hero. So it wasn't a Mangalitsa today, Kaylee, but we did serve up our very first pig raised here on the farm. And we cooked up some pork chops for the Hollars.
And they were bomb.
It was so good.
Oh my gosh, those are the best pork chops I've ever had.
I think that the Mangalitsa meat will be better because I've seen Kaylee's processed meat. And I'm telling you, Ben, you've never seen meat like that. She's going to be at HOA. So honestly, what we need to do is, Kaylee, we need you to come over to our Airbnb and cook us up some, or even just donate the meat, or I'll buy it or something. But like, we need to cook up some of that Mangalitsa meat while we're there for HOA this year and eat it. Because I'm telling you, I've never seen meat. So yeah, done. Let's do it. I'm going to take you up on that. Like, I'll buy it. I don't mind buying it, but I want to try it because I've never seen pork meat so red. I bet you it's delicious. So the Old English spot was very, very good, but I'm still anticipating. Well, Big Bear, I understand that you might be getting some from her. I don't think you're going to be willing to share, considering your track record for sharing is very, non-existent. Like, don't want to share cheesecake, don't want to share other things or whatever.
What now? Oh, sorry, I was reading the chat.
So at the Shindig, Two Family Homestead brought all these cheesecakes for different people.
Ooh.
Well, Jason was staying here, and so he brought his cheesecake here. And then when they left, they forgot it, and they hadn't even cut into it yet. I don't think they even had a piece of it. And so me and Ethan was here, and I had my own.
Oh.
So then me, Ethan, and Sarah, and Jessica, and I think Ben, Vincent, and some other people, man, we ate Jason's cheesecake, so it didn't go bad.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. That's just looking out, right?
You didn't leave me. Don't even try. Don't even. It's too late to play that card. You didn't leave me nothing. You forgot, and then you made a big fuss about it. I felt like I was dealing with a toddler. Oh my gosh, that was Jason's cheesecake. Whoops. Just out of curiosity, do wives initiate the idea of homesteading, or do the husbands? Are you asking us if our wives initiated, or do wives in general? Because I've never taken a poll of who initiates, but I could share our journey. Mine was Jessica initiated. I grew up out in the country, and I left and didn't want to go back. And so Jessica was definitely the one that had the dream of being out here, and I kind of came in behind that. I don't know what it was for you guys.
So, like, I grew up in the city, but like I always wanted to farm. I always wanted to be out on a farm. I just wanted to be out in the country. Like, I used to do 4-H and stuff like that, but we never had the animals on our land. You know, we had chickens and stuff like that. But I always wanted that life. And then getting older and getting married, she really got twisted off into the like nutrition and health and stuff like that. And one of the ways you can really control what you put in your body is by growing your own. And so she started getting into that. And then the more we started talking about it, we got chickens and stuff like that. And we just kind of, I think what we're doing now is pretty much on me, because we're just tired of living that life. So I don't know. I guess it's both of us. But
I mean, it's definitely both of us now. But I think what the initial push was, the initial driving force to live this life was definitely Jessica leading, and then I came in behind.
I'd say if Meg hadn't got into stuff like this, I would probably still be where I was.
No, Jennifer, we did not eat Journey Pig. If you go back to our videos back around from between October to February, we had a pig living with Journey Pig. It was an Old English spot, so it had like a big spot on its ears, kind of a pinkish colored, still a heritage breed. But anyways, we got her from the Vincents in trade for some other stuff that we did, and she was essentially a feeder, and she went to the processor in February. And we actually have been so busy that we haven't been able to get out there to pick it up until just recently. And then we cooked up a bunch of pork chops for the Hollars. It's good.
It's delicious.
It was.
Yeah, I was in 4-H when I was younger. I did steers.
I don't know. Honestly, like, JP it's kind of one of those love-hate relationships. Like, she's part of the farm, but some of the stuff she gets into and breaks, I'm just like, why are you here? Because you serve no purpose. Like, you're not going to eat you. Like, you're just a pet.
JP's one of those pigs.
I agree, Homestead. There really isn't anything like it. This is just a really big This was a really big confidence boost for us to know that we are going to be able to continue this process. I know. I don't know what it's 45. They only got 15 minutes. Well, we usually go about 10 minutes over, but here, I'll send them a text.
They're probably just down there having fun.
They're probably just chatting. They're like, we don't want to go back to the live.
Right.
Let the boys handle it. And we're not even talking about anything that fun.
Here, I can go look out the window.
Daniel Maxwell. Why don't you want to run down there and just see if they'll come in for a few minutes to get enough footage? Or are they still talking on
They're
camera?
just over there. I mean, they're at the gate.
Do they have the camera going?
Doesn't look like it.
I'll go yell at them then. What do you do with your goats after they are done producing milk? We have not had any goat get old enough to not be bred and stop producing milk because, well, a lot of ours are still well within breeding range. And so we currently kind of have a rotation like this. Right now we have Miriam, Mayhem, Maggie, and Nestle. And then when they're done, we'll do the Tula Manchas and Mabel. And actually, we're selling Charity, so not her. But then when they're done, they kind of just rest and reset. Like we don't really. It's not like once they're done milking this time that you eat them or get different ones. It's not like that. Like you can breed goats for a long time. See, look, you guys, there they are.
They exist.
We were working. Thank you very much.
I need to go. Got something.
Oh
eat.
no!
Oh no!
Oh,
Don't worry about it, Kate. I actually have a ton of moderators on right now. We have been getting, because it was two guys, we've been getting blasted with like
Trolls.
like
oh, no!
posting like, watch our videos. Like not good trolls.
Not good
Oh,
trolls.
no.
Watch Sexy Fun Time.
Yeah, sexy fun time. I was like, have you seen my life? Nah, bro.
All right.
You want to sit down?
Or here, who's this? This will be better.
Because they're done with me. They're over me.
I find that hard to believe.
They
Hi,
are.
guys.
Listen, they're
Well,
just
you
like,
didn't give in to the trolls.
look, they're
so
like,
we're
oh
done.
my gosh, I'm so glad Jess is back. And I will shut up.
Hey y'all, so many.
So many. There really were a lot
No,
today.
there's a lot.
I guess me and Ben were just that good looking. But, hey, let's send them some
Apparently, we bring out the trolls.
Trolstis. That's a funny movie.
Oh, we actually were shooting a vlog for tomorrow
I told him.
in the garden. It's hot out there. I'm sweaty.
Can you see?
But yeah, I can see.
Okay.
We're all good. Very good.
The boys did a great job. Lucky Barn Farm said.
That's okay.
It held down the fort word.
Hey, we did preach a little bit about scripture and stuff. You know,
Oh,
it wasn't all nerdy stuff.
all the trolls.
Yeah, I'm like they're posting their stuff, and we're like,
I'm
the
talking
Lord.
about Bible verses.
Yeah.
That's
I shared
what
about-
always said,
Not
trolls.
shooting your vidya. Whenever she was here, I would say, let's go
Vidya?
shoot a vidya.
Your
Did
vidya.
Oh man,
I taught Natalie how to talk like an Arkansas.
Don't know.
Danielle Maxwell, do you regret any of the animals you are raising? I do not regret any of the animals that I'm currently raising. If I happen to still have rabbits here, I would say I regret getting rabbits.
Why?
That's been a bad experience.
Oh.
Well, okay. I think we could do it better now. That was one of the first animals that we raised, and like we were talking in the vlog that is coming up tomorrow, like about recklessly getting into animals and a steep learning curve. But it's really hot here, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
rabbits were difficult with the heat.
Yeah.
Because breeding them can kind of be tricky when it's hot. So, like, I mean, they don't breed when it's hot. So, oh.
Is someone saying something bad about eating meat? Because I keep seeing people talk about eating meat. And it's like, we eat meat. And I'm like, chat's moving so fast. If someone's disagreeing with you about eating meat, I'm not seeing it. So all I really see is just you guys we love meat. I'm like, me
That's the
too.
chant we're going on.
Yeah,
Yay,
meat,
we love
meat,
meat.
Papa Bear said they gave away all your secrets while you're away. Now we know all about it.
Yeah, I told them what animal we're getting and everything.
Yeah. Right.
Everything.
Yeah.
You told them about the unicorns. Way to
Listen,
go. Way to go.
we're just gonna, I don't want the chat to be overwhelmed with, different perspective. We choose to eat meat. We're not trying to throw it in people's faces. I think our channel has been very respectful of people who don't eat meat. That's your choice. And so, we're not going to show butchering or anything like that, but we're also not going to pretend like we don't eat pork or whatever the animal we're choosing, that's our choice. And so we're going to live our life. We bless you guys to live your life. I don't want to get into an argument about why we should or shouldn't, right? There's no point in being ugly. If you have to be ugly, go somewhere else. And I will put you in timeout.
Yeah, we're all grown-ups here.
I mean, tofu bacon.
Ugh.
Hey, it's a thing.
When I was a
You know
vegetarian,
what? Jessica,
I was a vegetarian.
You guys heard about the thing at the Clinton Library?
Oh, the jackfruit?
That's nuts. Like, I can't.
No, I had jackfruit, barbecued jackfruit at the Clinton Library.
Yeah.
And I was like...
She thought they messed up the order.
I really
Like
did.
it was legit?
Because I do like... Over time, I mean, I guess it's fasting, but I'll do like periods of a few months where I'll do vegan.
Yeah.
And for me, it's about like self-control and knowing that I can and all that stuff.
Right.
And it is fasting in a sense, but it's not like totally not eating. And at the time, I was on a vegan fast and I had been on it for like 2 months or something. So it'd been a long time since I had any meat.
Yeah.
And I ordered this barbecue jackfruit and they brought it and I was like, oh no, they brought me meat. And I was with someone that I didn't want to make it awkward and be like, oh, I'm fasting. Like I didn't want to be that way. And so I was really conflicted, like, do I just eat this?
Yeah.
And I was like I was freaking out. And I finally was like, excuse me, what is this? And they were like, it's jackfruit. I'm like, that's not meat, right? I was like, no, it's jackfruit. And it's barbecue. She was like, it tastes a lot like meat, huh? I was like, you're sure this isn't meat? And she was like, no,
Right.
it's really jackfruit.
Yeah. We've heard you can do it as a substitute.
Yeah.
Oh, just give me a jackfruit.
Just by itself. We've never barbecued,
Yeah.
but it's so good.
It was delicious. It really
Someone
was.
said China rose radishes all bolted. Any ideas why, Jess? Isn't that
It's
heat?
hot.
It's just getting
Robin,
hot.
I don't know where you are, but if it's getting hot, my radishes are bolting. I just pulled out some more of the last ones today because it's getting hot.
May Rose says, hey, Hollars, been wondering how you guys have been since the tire breakdown. Clearly
We're
they're
good.
on the road.
again, yes.
Essentially, they just cycle one of the kids through. Each kid holds up the axle
Yeah.
and just rolls with it, kind of like the Lego movie, and then they cycle them out. So far, Munchie has the record for being able to hold it.
Oh my gosh. No, we are good. Thank you for asking. Obviously, we're here and we have a video coming out tomorrow.
Oh,
We've
cool.
just been driving. So,
We want to get home.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm really excited to see what they do whenever they get home. Jeremiah, how did you fall in love with Star Wars?
Are we going to have a Star Wars discussion again?
Oh, God. Ben and Jeremiah.
Here we go.
Discussing some Star
Like
Wars.
it.
I think
Yeah.
the real question should be is how did someone not fall in love with Star Wars? And is that possible?
Everybody I've ever met.
I'll be honest though. I did not fall in love with the first three. That's not what did it for me. I'm just being like real, like at that age.
Classic.
Yeah, the classics. I watched them. They re-released them in theaters when I was like 10. And so I got to see them all in theaters redone. And I don't get into the diehard people who are like the originals on film with no updates and all that. That's the best. Like, I'm not sorry. You're on your own. And if you want to argue about that, I'll put you in timeout too. You can go hang out with the people who don't want to eat meat. That's fine. Like, what I'm saying though is like I went and saw those remastered ones with some of the updated footage that Lucas wanted to include in theaters, and that was enjoyable. But at that age, I was a huge Star Trek fan. Like, watched all the Star Trek, loved the Trekkie stuff.
No.
But when the Phantom Menace came out, and I was too young to actually have a actual opinion about how good the movies were or were not, that actually is what kind of really got me into Star Wars. And honestly, like whenever Revenge of the Sith happened and Obi-Wan is standing there as Anakin catches fire from the lava, like I cried. It was one of the first movies I cried in the theater. It's like, that was intense. That and Lion King when I saw Mufasa fall into the
Lion King.
Everybody cried.
I know, but I mean
Come
that
on.
and like, I mean, Obi-Wan, what was it, Ewan McGregor? I mean, he really did a good job.
See, like I watched the original 3 on the triple box VHS
Oh my
set,
gosh.
Nice.
and I was hooked. Like I've been a Star Wars fan ever since then.
Yeah, they were talking all about like fan theories and different things earlier while I was cooking. Jeremiah, when he goes into like very, very deep explanations about Star Wars and Marvel.
Ben's eyes glazed over and he just checked out. He's like, I was
No,
like,
I didn't glaze over. I was trying to like
Follow
following
the insane amount of
okay, let me put it this
information.
way. Just like, have you seen Jessica's tomato video? Do you know how she just dumps all the information on you? Getting me started on Marvel, Star Wars, or Star Trek, and I'm like an information dump. I'm like, he's like, oh, I didn't know they had an animated series called Clone Wars. I'm like, oh, really?
Let me explain
I was a little
information
overwhelmed.
dump. Yeah.
Whenever, before I had YouTube. Oh, thank you, Single Dad Homesteading. Before I had YouTube, and I just was a nerd that loved the garden and heirlooms, and I didn't have like a big community for it. I used to start seeds, and I would sell plants out of my greenhouse, and people would come over, and I would start explaining every variety.
Oh no!
And the backstory and what they were like and what they tasted like by memory, because
That's
that's
what you
just
do.
what I do.
Yeah.
And so literally people would come over and they would be like,
Who's
No, I
this
remember.
crazy plant?
This guy comes up. He just wants to get a few tomato plants, and she's like, well, this one and this and this and this. I'm looking at him, and he's like,
Backing
and I'm
out
like, Jess, he
slowly.
wants a red, an orange, and a cherry. He's like, here.
yeah.
Now get out of my greenhouse.
Yeah.
You're not my people.
And so actually, if you go back to my very first garden tour, which was actually almost a year ago exactly, I actually was like apologetic in the beginning because I was like, well, I won't bore you guys with all the varieties, but like this is a pepper, this is that, and everybody's like, no, tell us. And I'm like, really? You don't
Oh, yeah.
even know?
Jessica shed happy tears whenever the garden tours took off, and everyone was like, we want to know all the information. She's like, my peanut. She went out and like screamed in the garden, I found my peanut. Also, John, Emma does the same thing. I've honestly had many conversations with Emma. We had a lot of nerd talk while you guys were here. If she decides she doesn't want to go to college, she just wants to come hang out here and intern at Roots and Refuge and talk about nerdy stuff, we'd have her.
Thank you, Mark, for that super chat.
Who's Mark?
Let's go back. I'm missing.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Can you do a video on...
Pollinating plants. Do you know who's a good person, Suzanne, to check out for pollinating plants? Is the Homestead. I
She's on
know.
here.
Oh, is she on here?
Yeah, we've been
Okay.
talking.
Okay.
She's going to bring us some mangalitsa meat to cook at the HOA.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're hanging out with you that week.
I thought you already were. What the heck, man?
Yeah, because I have to eat you clam chowder.
That's right, you did. We had a deal. I just gave you half my pork chops. That was actually... now you guys exposed me because I was like, we just really wanted to take care of them, but really it was a trade for clam chowder. I was like, I need the chowder.
He almost texted you this morning. It was like, oh, I wonder if Meg will cook clam chowder. I was like, Jeremiah said they are coming to our house. We're not going to make her cook, but they're traveling through. I was like, we will cook
I
them
would have cooked you clam chowder.
I know you would have, but we
All right.
wanted to take care of you this time.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Pollinating plants. Suzanne, check out the Homestead. She's got so much information about like what bees like, and so she's definitely a great resource for that. Oh no, we haven't announced Mary.
The weekend of the 15th. Now, how are you wanting to release? Do a video, release it showing, or do a live showing? Like, how are you
We're
going to show
gonna do
people?
a video showing you guys what they are.
Okay, that's
We're
what I
gonna
thought.
do a video.
That's what I
We're
thought.
gonna shoot it on our way up there, and then we will share it, and we will upload it while we're there. So
Yes,
you,
single dad.
I think you should premiere it.
You can come.
You think I should
Bring
premiere
the
it?
smoker.
I think you should
All
premiere
right.
it.
Well, we will.
So,
probably
like, was like
premiere it.
premiering like the first garden tour and premiering the greenhouse. Like, that was, you thought that was.
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
good? Okay.
Well, like I really do want to premiere it because I want to be able to see everybody's reactions.
Yeah.
Like I would like
That'd
to
be
have the
super fun.
conversation.
I want to see everyone's reactions to Jessica bringing home a new animal. It doesn't really matter what the animal is.
Oh, that.
Like, we
that's
brought
too
home-
much information.
Yeah, don't even. Just don't give it to him. I know you want to tell him. You can't.
Y'all are probably really gonna want me to show you me seeing the new animal. How do you overcome the introvertedness out in the garden?
How do you what?
Overcome it. You just awareness. I mean, like I know what I need. Like, and I love people. I love connecting with people. I'm a better person. I'm a better friend and connector as long as I'm taking time for myself. So like, I just know what I need.
I think I'm gonna have to
You're
enlist
pretty
Morgan
introverted.
for that video.
Yeah.
I'm having some good ideas roll through my head.
For what? For the premiere?
Yeah, for the
Oh.
premiere of the new animal, because
I
you can use a certain amount of time from like movies. There has to be a certain it has to be under a certain amount of seconds.
Under 5
Oh,
seconds.
Right.
no.
So if I can get him to give me some clips of different movies, be like, we're getting this, or are we getting this, or are we getting that? That'll be good. All right, I'll get with Morgan. We'll make it fun.
We don't know anything about editing, so we have to rely on our friends.
Yeah, guys. So everyone's like, what do you use? We're like, I feel like I'm in kindergarten of video editing. It's like, I'm still in iMovie. It's when they got the dotted lines and you have to trace it, you know? Like,
You're over here
like writing cursive. Like, White House on the Hills, like speaking different languages
Right?
as
Oh
far
my
as
gosh.
editing. We're just like, nope, trace the R.
Hey,
Hey,
I can edit a video fast.
I know you can. I appreciate it.
In iMovie.
Because we keep busy.
I saw a question I wanted to answer. New England style or Manhattan style chowder?
It's
It's New England.
It's
It's
New
creamy.
England. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
creamy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is really
That's
fantastic
your
chowder.
God.
Meg is actually, you're a really good cook. She fed us
you.
that.
One of these days, we're gonna get like when we're a little bit more bougie than we are now. You know what I'm saying? Like when we're more settled and we can afford to do something stupid like this. Like get like some fresh like clams, like
Oh yeah.
and like cook it like
Oh.
like the
It probably isn't so hard to get
It's
Hey,
out.
the
Not
coast is
here.
only
Yeah,
like
like
5
from
hours
y'all.
away.
Yeah, from y'all.
no, I'm landlocked.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
well,
talking
we'll
right
have
now.
to get that when we visit you
Yeah.
guys.
See, okay, then we'll do it
When
up.
you guys come out and visit us, I'll have my smoker built.
Oh,
I'll have
yes.
everything. Like we will feed
Bring
you.
you
till
Well,
some
get
you
this.
pork
Okay,
chops.
so listen. Our friends that moved to Alaska, they have permits to get. I think it's like. I'm just guessing here. It's like 90 or 100 pounds each of salmon,
Oh,
and they're not gonna be able to eat it all. It's just 2 of them.
Yeah.
And so
I would be able to eat it all.
I'm like, send me some.
When
Right.
we were visiting Justin and Rebecca, they invited us to stay for dinner,
Mhm.
and someone had flown
Give 'em the
them
salmon.
Oh, the
Yeah.
epic salmon that everybody's heard about.
It was amazing. It was
See you later,
so,
John.
So good. See you, John.
Tell your family we said hey. I
Start.
know Angela was on here too, but
Do our kids get sad when we have a goat or pig go to slaughter, Danielle?
half and half.
We talked to them about it from the beginning, but it has raised a lot of awareness of the fact that no matter what meat you eat, it was once alive. And so the thing that we aren't okay with is them saying, well, I don't want to eat that one because I knew that one was alive. So let me buy one from the store and eat that because I never had to look at it. Because I feel like that's very irresponsible.
Yeah.
That's kind of where Toby was at.
Yeah, and honestly, there are a lot of people now, adults, that are living under that mindset of, well, I'll just buy it from the store, so I never have to really acknowledge the fact that it was alive. But if something had to die for you to eat it, like at least have the appreciation of that. And so for me, we would like to get to the point that the only meat that we eat is what we raise, and we should be there by the end of this year. And so at that point, like if my kids ever said, I don't want to eat this, I would 100% support them in being vegetarian, and I would help them do that
Right,
in
we
a way
would
that's
cook
healthy.
special if we had to.
I can do that. I was a vegetarian, so I'm totally able to help them with that. And that's just my stance on
Now,
that.
and on the flip side of that, like Ben was completely not rude, but it was just like, oh, we're gonna go.
Oh,
but
Benjamin.
We're gonna
the
take this
baby.
pig to the butcher, and it's like, and we're gonna eat it. He's like, oh, that's kind of sad, but that's part of the process.
Yeah.
And so it's
Yep.
kind of like everyone, different personalities, receive it and process it different, and we're not forcing our kids to do anything.
Yeah.
Now, what we did tell Toby is because he was like, well, I don't want to eat that. He's like, well, then you don't have to. He's like, but are you still gonna give me other bacon? And we're like, no,
Nope.
that's not how that works.
This is
If
the
you
bacon.
have conviction about eating something that was alive, then that has to carry over to the area where it does. Like it's
whether you
easy
do
to.
it or not.
Yeah, it's easy to say, well, this makes me uncomfortable, so I don't want to do it. But that doesn't make me uncomfortable,
Yeah.
because I don't have to acknowledge it. And I don't think that that's fair. So
That winds up being more disrespectful to the animal.
exactly.
Yes.
So, and I should clarify, when I say by the end of this year, my goal is not necessarily that we grow everything. We either grow it or it is locally grown by like other people in this direct area who are growing things. So we actually will be looking, to get some of the meat that we get will be from other farms, but they'll be local and ethically raised. Yeah, I saw this. Kira said Charlotte's the same way as Ben. She's like, okay, when are we eating this chicken? But Sterling says he doesn't want to. And that's kind of how it is. Ben is funny because like we called the pig Spotted Pig. That's how we never named her because we knew she was meat. And now that Spotted Pig is back from the processor, Benjamin is like, can I have a spotted pig and cheese sandwich?
That's still a name.
And then we're like, okay, well, that kind of, like,
Right. Didn't quite
but
work.
he's very aware. And one thing that like we also really, and this is something that I hope conveys in our videos, but like we teach our kids to be very respectful of our animals.
Yeah.
Like it is absolutely 100% not okay to be unkind to our animals, and our kids understand that. And so, I don't know. I feel good about the way that our
Mark, yes. So actually, right now, the Mangalitzas are together in the same pen, and Gerard is living his best life. So that should be the follow-up vlog to the other vlog about how Journey Pig was living her best life. Gerard is like in pig heaven. He's got two girls. And he's like, it's been a minute.
Yeah. So he's very happy. And the pig swine gestation is 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. And so we should have piglets. We should have piglets by then.
I know. We're going to have furry pig babies here not too long.
Yeah.
So
and we're going to have 2 litters of them. And so part of the process is what we're going to start doing is depending, because I mean, we're kind of expecting 4 to 6 on their first litter or whatever they call it.
Yeah, they say on the first time that it's less.
So
like
we're gonna hold back
11.
a certain amount for us, but then we're also gonna look for local people to
possibly raise them for, or we'll sell them as feeders.
Yeah, either sell them as feeders, or we'll raise them and do kind of what Ben and Andrea do, where like you raise them up and then when you take them to process, the customer goes and picks them up. So.
No, they're actually not curly when they're born. They look like wild pigs. They have stripes.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then their fur comes in. But fur comes in pretty quick. Because, I mean, when we picked up our girls, they were pretty young. And they were curly.
Okay. Thank you, Justin Barrett. I appreciate that. I don't have an affiliate link for Am I Gardener, but I do encourage you to shop
We know
with
him. I mean, we can
because
send him a
he's awesome.
message.
So, yeah, we did. Someone said, you jinxed the pigs. Now we're going to have 10 each.
Hey, that's more
bacon.
More pork chops for the Hollars.
Nothing happened. No rebound. Nothing happened to Journey Pig. She's still out there.
Yeah, someone asked if we ate her. I was like,
no. Journey Pig's not a food pig. She's a pet pig, and
I did tell him that I have a love-hate relationship with her.
Yeah, Jeremiah
He was very honest about it.
He does not speak life over Journey Pig at all.
I don't speak death either. I did not. I just said that. So I'm an efficiency person. I like things being efficient, functioning efficiently, do things efficiently. Like I don't here's an efficient person. They like to carry all the groceries up in one trip. That's why they pack on 15 bags per arm. And they're like, I don't want to have to come back down because that's not efficient. Whereas my kids are like, they'll grab one item out of one bag and then they'll make 60 trips. I'm an efficiency person. And so for me, it's like, if this animal is not providing something for the farm, why do we have it?
Amen, brother.
Now, at this point, Jessica's won this argument because we have 2 dogs that don't provide anything to the farm except frustration. And we have Journey Pig, which was Jackson's birthday present, which provides nothing beneficial to the farm. So I struggle with animals that aren't for purpose.
Well, okay.
Other than
devil's advocate, can you put Journey Pig somewhere you want tilled up?
We did do that, but now we don't need anywhere.
Now we're done. So she did.
So for
serve
3 years of feeding her and dealing with her breaking fences and getting into stuff she shouldn't, we used her for 3 months, and now we're done, and we don't know what to do with her. So maybe
you could rent her out.
And honestly, Journey Pig is like a honey badger. She just does what she wants. Like literally, we're in there.
We noticed that,
we
yes.
talking to the Hollars in the pavilion, and we look over, and she's just pushing the fence. She just busts through the fence into the chicken yard, and then sits in the chicken water. I'm like, that's disgusting. Like the chickens are like, oh my goodness, like it's nasty, right? That's Journey Pig. She just does what she wants.
She has tilled the garden, but I don't know.
Actually, I would love for Journey Pig to go into the 90-acre pasture and keep the horses company. Can you send her that memo? Because that'd be great.
Truly, like she really does what she wants. Like the only time, no, she does. She just does what she wants. And then, like, she just does what she wants. Like, we try to like move her back to where she's supposed to be. She just goes where she wants. She doesn't get in the road. Like, she doesn't mess with the garden. Like, if she messed with the garden, you would see my defenses for during.
Oh no! If she got in the garden and messed something up twice, she'd find a new home.
Everybody gets one chance to mess up my garden, but the second time, I'm like,
that's it.
That's
my
it.
earrings off.
Like there's not an animal on this farm that if it messes up Jessica's garden twice, it stays. Maybe Bear. He probably gets a few chances, but not that many.
He doesn't mess up the garden because he's an angel.
Uh-huh.
She's 4.
He also doesn't pee in the hallway, except.
So that's not the garden, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, right. Then little Ryan slipped in it, and then he threw up. Yeah, that was thanks, Bear, you little sweetheart.
Friday morning, I was not feeling well. I got a little food poisoning. Jeremiah had to be gone. He was helping some friends of ours, and then I was watching my cousin's kids. So and my older 2 boys were gone, which they're my lifeline.
Yeah.
Like when I need help because they're old enough to help me. So I had 5 kids under 7.
Oh my gosh.
Food poisoning, and Jeremiah walked out of the house. Bear peed in the hallway.
Oh my gosh.
Ryan slipped in it. Ryan threw up. I cleaned that up. Con threw up. And
Well, thankfully, Con. See, this is a sweet angel. Con ate it.
Oh.
So thank you, Con.
And then I nearly threw up.
Oh yeah.
And literally, I was just sitting there going, what actual crap is happening right now in my life? Like, what is going on?
Gabriel's,
So that's why there wasn't.
Gabriel's
with
with the goats. He's outside now.
Yeah, he is. Somebody asked me. What my favorite seed companies were. I have a video out about that, but Baker Creek is my favorite.
Number
In my
one.
Gardener
In My Gardener.
and those 2 are really kind of like my go-to. I haven't found much that I need that I can't get from them. And Wild Boar Farms, wearing the t-shirt right now for really cool tomatoes. So.
Little plug right
Little
there.
plug.
Yeah, little plug. But-
Brad, the only person that can generate a
Don't embarrass
fangirl,
me. Stop.
the only person that can generate fangirl reaction from Jess is Brad Gates. And seriously, I have it on film. Go way back to the Seed Expo of last year, and you'll see Jessica like freaking losing it. He's laughing and looking at me because she's fangirling. He's like, "Hey, Jess," like, he knows her. Like they've known each other on Instagram for a while. He's like looking at her, being like, "Why are you fangirling?" He's
I
like,
did try.
like tears, like it's Brad Gates.
That's funny.
Wow.
Yeah, it was funny. It was
He
good.
breeds tomatoes. It's very normal. He just breeds tomatoes.
But that elicits a fangirl reaction at you.
Mark, we just ate Texas Hill Country okra today for a little okra snack.
That was
And
good.
It was good.
Oh,
It was good.
That are the first okra of the year.
It was so good.
So good. So fresh.
Yeah, In My Gardener is awesome. Baker Creek is awesome. I love supporting companies
What
that
about,
are run by real people that are really great people. And the Gettles who own and run Baker Creek, they've just created such a beautiful culture to support real food and support people. I love them so much. And then Luke and Cindy Marion, who have In My Gardener. I'm just so impressed with Luke as a person.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're
He's
opening
like-
up a pizza restaurant too.
Really?
In 2020.
Wow,
That's
that's
cool.
cool.
I mean, I literally like, Luke just feels like my little brother that I'm just so incredibly proud of. Like, I really am. Like, whenever he does, I'm like, Luke, I'm so proud of you. I don't
Okay,
ever want to
weird.
seem condescending, but like, I really am just
That doesn't
so
even sound good.
You know what?
impressed with him.
Did you drink okra beer? No, we fried it.
oh.
Okra beer? I don't even think
No,
that sounds
I don't
good.
think that's, she was saying, I think she was
I
trying
think
to
maybe
clarify,
I
yeah.
mumbled or something. No, we had just about
fried it.
8 pieces.
Okra snack. He said
Okra
okra
snack.
snack. Yeah.
And so we fried it up and ate it. It was good.
It was good.
Okra beer, I don't know. I don't even like beer, like regular beer. Fruity beer, num beer, whatever. I've tried a lot of beer. I just don't like beer.
Yeah. What?
That's me.
Oh, okay.
It's my phone. Ignore it.
Just
That's
Meg,
so
we
silent.
want a cookbook collaboration.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
That would be fun.
The chowder,
Can we just like?
split cover.
That means
the
we just sit in
chowder
the kitchen and
what?
cook and eat and write about it, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds
right.
great.
Yeah, we need to think about this and talk about it. If like they're gonna cook together, like think about it. Think about the
Just
possibilities.
like hanging out, cooking, and eating, and then we take
Okay.
pictures
Yeah.
and put a book.
Ben and I were like, yes, you should do that.
Right? You need
We
toasters,
fully
right?
support this decision. Anything you guys need.
Kaylee. Okay, we need to know, Maya, Who do you fangirl over?
Who would you fangirl over? Who would y'all fangirl over?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
I feel like you'd be
I don't
hard to
have
make
any. There's
fangirl.
nobody that farms that I would be like, oh my gosh.
I
this
don't
is
know
it.
if I could.
There's no YouTube
fangirl.
channel. Sorry, there's no one like that.
Peter
If-
McKinnon.
Oh Lord, yes. I would lose
He's really
it
cool.
over
I would have a
Peter.
conversation
Yeah,
with
you
him.
would
I
freak
would
out.
not.
I
could
would
see
freak
that.
out.
Benjamin fangirled over Justin Rhodes.
He did.
Oh, how
Really?
cute.
He really
That's
genuinely
so
did.
sweet.
Because you got to think, like, I've literally watched Justin's
Right.
videos
Yeah.
since Ben was like a year old.
Yeah.
And
So
so
he's grown up.
his whole life,
that's so
he's
sweet.
grown up with Justin Rhodes on the computer. Well, when we were at HOA, I didn't realize that he didn't understand that Justin was a real person. And he was 3.5, and we were at HOA, and we were sitting in the back, and I had set the kids down. It was the panel when everybody was up there, and
Mhm.
Justin and Rebecca right there. Well, they put the camera on him, and Benjamin saw it in his face, and he stood up, and he literally said, "Justin Rhodes!
Oh
Justin
no.
Rhodes, it's me, Ben!" And he said, "Justin Rhodes got out of the computer!" And he's tapping everyone around him. It's Justin Rhodes. He got out of the computer.
That's so
I
sweet.
was crying, laughing so hard. I couldn't get my camera out fast enough because I was like, I wish I could record this response, but I didn't know that he didn't understand.
That's
And so now when
He
we
fell
watch
out of the
people like
computer.
Charles Downing, he loves Charles Downing.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, I know that Charles Downing is a real man.
Oh.
He doesn't live in a computer. Another person that Ben would probably freak out about is like Al from Al.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
one of
He-
the acres. He
lose
would be really excited to see him.
it. Someone I'd freak out about. Probably the most person I could think of would be like Ewan McGregor in Obi-Wan's costume.
Specifically.
Like if he wasn't in costume, probably would be really excited, but not like fangirl. Now if he had like full garb on, I'd be on it. I'd cry.
So you would
would
fangirl
cry?
over Obi-Wan.
Oh, for sure.
Not Ewan McGregor, just Obi-Wan.
What about you, Ben?
I don't know if there's anybody I'd really fangirl over.
You're very cool.
Patrick
You're-
Stewart.
Patrick Stewart.
Stewart.
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
Whoa! I didn't even think about Sean
Yeah,
Connery.
maybe Sean Connery. That'd be really
Yeah, Sean Connery, that would be good.
I don't know. Ben's like
But if,
level.
Super chill.
Yeah,
There's
he's
not
like-
a lot of
He
people
doesn't
that-
shake. Like,
I'd probably lose it a little bit if I got to meet Chris Pratt.
Oh yeah.
that-
Because I
well,
mean, like he's like the
see,
movie star
like-
of like version of what we want to do.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I'm a movie star and I farm.
Okay. Well, I will tell you this. I was like 2 degrees separated from Naomi Judd at one point. I was doing an event with my soap, and she was the keynote speaker. And she was there, and the gal who was organizing the event said, "Hey, I would really like you to put together a box for Naomi, and we'll give it to her." And I was thinking, I thought she had said I was going to give it to her. So the entire morning, like I have my box ready, and I'm just like, I'm gonna pee my pants. I'm gonna pee my pants. I'm gonna throw up on her. I just can't do this because I grew up with the Judds. Like my mom
Yeah.
was always playing the Judds, so
That's funny.
I think I probably would have fangirled if I had a chance to meet her. I didn't, thankfully, so I didn't have to like pee on anything or
Or throw up in the
or throw up on
snow.
anybody. Yeah.
Yeah, so like you have a pretty intense track record of peeing and
Apparently.
farting at the altar in front of the pastor. And,
Hey, you know what? You used your last.
Oh,
reference of
yeah,
that. You don't get to reference that.
I'll have to go watch
I think
the
that was for
video.
that, but that was just for 2018. This
Oh,
2019
yeah,
now.
we reset.
Yeah, I
Okay,
get 37
cool.
new ones.
Gotcha.
Somebody said they would fangirl if they came into the garden, into our garden. That's so funny to me. Like, I get it though that people, like, I didn't understand how people could fangirl over us because
Yeah.
we're so absolutely normal.
Right.
But the shindig, when our friends were here, like for the shindig, and it was Natalie had got here from California, Big Bear was here, Ethan and Sarah were here, and everybody's just sitting around the table. And I just had this moment looking at everybody, and you get so used to seeing someone on a screen,
Right.
and then they're really there in front of you. And I had like a slightly fangirlish moment at my own kitchen table with
That's
my
so
own
funny.
friends who I talk to regularly, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, I get it. Like, I get how
I'd
people
probably
do
fangirl a little bit if like Kaylee from Homestead showed up.
that."
Wanted
You'd
to
be
hang,
like,
wanted to
"Look
hang
at
out
my
for a
face."
minute. Yeah. I'd be like, it's you. I'd fangirl over the Ethan.
Ethan.
Oh
I'd try to go over Ethan if he shaved his beard and didn't wear a flannel. Yeah, I don't think that ever happens.
No, probably not.
Someone said they'd fangirl Daniel. You would make him. You would tickle him.
Yeah, that voice.
Oh my God. For the Hollars, how's the truck and RV holding up?
So far, so good. Yes, nice solid wood table.
As long as it makes the remaining drive. What are we, like,
We're
1,000 miles away?
yeah,
Maybe less?
yeah, pretty close.
Natalie from Handsome Beautiful Life, she got to. One of her like dreams was to meet Jeff Goldblum,
Oh my gosh.
and she did in the airport
Oh,
coming
I
out here
saw
from Baker
that,
Creek. And he caressed her
What?
face and like
Yeah.
purred. It was like,
So awkward.
Oh my gosh.
so dream fulfilled, bucket list check.
Yep. That was great. Yeah, she told
Kim
us.
Holler, hey from mom.
Hey, Mom! That's funny. Oh, hey, you speak of the Ethan, and he doth appear.
And he thought of Pia.
Whenever Jeremiah said, "Hey, it's a beautiful life," and Natalie's channel say it's a good life, but whenever we were at Baker Creek, Doug said he came
We're
in. He's
telling
like,
the story
"Hey,
again.
hey, it's a beautiful life." Oh, did you already tell the story when she
Yeah,
came
and
in
then she
earlier?
went up to him later and was like, hey, Bob from Bob.
No,
and
she's
Bob
like,
goes,
"Hey,
Bob
it's
and
Dawn
Steve."
from
No.
Dawn and Stacy."
Oh, snap.
Natalie said, "I can still feel his." No, she told him that it was Naked Gardening Day. Like, what?
He's like, I'm gonna have to start practicing that.
Oh,
She's like,
word.
It's like you invited that per woman.
great. Yeah, that's your fault. Hey, famous person, it's Naked Gardening Day.
That's not
Her.
awkward at all.
His wife took a picture of him, I think is what it was. She was like, this is weird. The story will never die. We'll never let it ever. I always see you in a garden with
That's
no
not
bugs.
true.
How? That's because in the lens, it's like kind of wide angle and the bugs are tiny. Meg just saw her aphids down there.
Oh, yes. There's bugs.
definitely
We
bugs.
just-
It's a normal garden.
We curse our bugs and they flee. I'm like Gandalf at the pink gate. I got my staff. You shall not pass. As a mosquito flies by.
Right,
It
it doesn't work.
Run, you fool.
Yeah, that we definitely have bugs. Oh yeah, Elin totally was the sweetest at the shindig. I still have her pictures that she gave me.
Oh wow, yeah.
She's so
She drew like 16 different pictures.
Aw.
She's like, here, Jess, this one's for you too.
Oh, sweet.
I didn't get any pictures, but that's okay.
Well, you're not cute.
Wow. That means that you're not cute because we look very similar. It's okay. You're married to her though.
Of little and light, so you smite the bugs. What's eating my basil? Not
Me?
sure. Me, I would be if I were there.
Probably, Meg.
Oh man.
You wiped chocolate on Merle Haggard when you were a baby.
Right.
It's like, here, Merle Haggard, hold my baby. But, chocolate.
Were you sure it's chocolate?
Oh, that game. Everybody who's ever had a baby has played that game.
Your mom was like, no, it's chocolate, I swear.
No, yeah.
I'm sorry, Merle.
Let's see.
Nobody's talking. We're all reading the chat.
I know.
Everything's
It's all
just
silent.
quiet.
Sorry,
That's super
sorry,
awkward. Jess
sorry.
left, and you can't hold it up. Is this what you guys did for 30 minutes
Yeah,
while you were
basically,
out there?
we just stared at the
Stare at
chat.
the screen?
didn't
I'm
Yeah, we're
sorry,
just
guys.
So guys, this is
Yeah, pretty much.
Super awkward. He's still going.
He is
she goes. Chris's daughter's like, "Who's that with Jess?" He goes, "That's her husband Jeremiah." She goes, "He's like, you've seen him before." He's like, "Nope, don't know him." That's all right.
Oh, garden plans, all of them.
Meg, garden plants. All right, so seriously though,
All of them.
Well, by the time you get back, get to your place, get it cleaned up, summer garden's going to be probably
Yeah,
garden's
summer
done.
garden's
So you're really
out,
shooting
it's
for a fall
done.
garden.
Yeah.
Do you got all the seeds you need?
Yes, we should.
Okay.
I think so. We should be good. And if not, I can get more.
Yes, you
I
can.
can get lots more.
Basically, just make the most of the rest of the season.
Yeah, and I mean that might mean like we just get a bunch of pots or buckets from Lowe's and plant in those.
Right.
I don't know.
We will have some sort of.
I'm
vegetable.
growing something.
Right.
Trust me.
But you're not going to be able to do your raised beds, so you're going to try some in-ground stuff.
Possibly.
We're just
yeah.
gonna basically throw it all at the wall and see.
Yeah,
What
pretty much.
You have a wall in your garden?
Sure.
We will.
We will.
Oh, okay. So you can throw the seeds at
Oh,
it
yeah.
Yes.
and see where it lands. Megan, Ben, what's the first homestead project you want to get started on?
The garden.
That's the. I guess that counts as the homestead project because the house is.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Because you got to get started on the house too.
Right. We have to get started on the house. There's a lot of cleaning to do and like just kind of figuring out where we're gonna put stuff. And
Like we kind of know generally of where we're gonna place stuff,
yeah.
but it's just clearing and cleaning and
Right.
it's a
fixing
huge
the house.
project.
So I think the house and the garden are kind of going to go together because
Basically, when we're tired of working on the house, we're gonna be working on
Right.
the garden and vice versa.
exactly.
Do y'all use? I don't know what that is.
Agribon.
Agribon row covers. We don't
No, you don't have
No.
because I don't even know what the heck that is.
No, no.
So
That's
probably
the
not.
white mesh, almost like a tea bag consistency.
Okay, no,
Put
no,
it
no,
on,
no,
like
no.
low tones and stuff.
Oh, okay, no, we don't have any of that stuff. Don't. Are you going to let viewers help with a wish list?
Or they ask,
Okay, so actually, yes. Xavier, you know Xavier?
Mhm.
Okay, she messaged me, and I've just been really busy, so I haven't really messaged back. So sorry, Xavier. But we can talk about it now. There's an idea, and you don't have to answer now, but the idea that people are throwing around is let's start a wish list of things you need for the house. And so they can buy them for
y'all
you.
Don't have to do that.
I know they don't have to, but that's we should do that, right?
That is completely up to you guys. You don't have to.
All right, so I'm saying we should. So I'll get with Xavier and we'll
Guys.
work it out with the Hollars. Let's do a wish list of the stuff that they need to get into their house.
How many chickens can you put on a Amazon wish list?
She's not joking.
I didn't even know Amazon
I'm not
sold
joking.
chickens. Like, man, what have we been missing? We've been misappropriating our Amazon funds.
Oh, you guys are so
It's one of those
sweet.
things.
Xavier was basically spinning it as like a housewarming thing, but for all of
Aw.
YouTube to get behind you. So I think that's a good idea.
A wish list or something like that. I don't know. There's so much that has to be done to this place. I think we're a little far off to like have a wish list at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends. But like I said, you guys totally don't have to do that. That's so sweet of
We
you.
all have to make the list though. We can't like guess what you want.
Yeah.
So that's why we're kind of asking. It's like if we could just do it without you, we would. But you're gonna have to get on board.
Okay, how about this? Like, we're gonna need a fridge and a freezer. We're gonna need, stuff
yeah,
like
but that's
that.
big stuff. Yeah,
But
but
it's
other
stuff
than
that-
that,
Put that stuff on. I mean, like, even if
the way we're gonna do
Listen,
it-
there's so many small things that you're not even thinking you need.
Yes,
That's true.
Exactly.
Like this storage thing over here that holds dog food. For when you get a dog, you're gonna need a crate. You need bowls. You're gonna need a few more spoons, and the 4 spoons that
oh
you're
my
gonna.
word.
What were the dogs that we're gonna get?
What are they? I don't know.
Marlin.
Oh, I can't remember what they are.
Anatolian
They're,
Shepherd.
yeah, they're a mix. I think.
Oh yeah,
So,
Anatolian Shepherd.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
dog.
livestock guarding dogs.
Yeah, Ben, put tools on the wish list.
Oh.
I actually got my very first wish list tool.
Hey, that's
Did,
cool.
It
did
was
y'all
pretty
like
cool.
see the video of all my stuff in that pod?
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
gosh.
There's not too many tools I need.
Are you guys on the Amazon program? You guys are. You have an affiliate
yeah,
link.
we have
All
an
right, cool.
affiliate link.
Yeah.
Yeah, Meg is super excited to go chickens. I told her the story of the 31 Rhode Island Reds.
It's a great story. Sounds like
Thanks,
something I would do.
Hamiltonville Farm. See you guys.
Can someone link the Hollars? Will one of our moderators throw the link up to Hollars? The Hollars.
They have been doing it, but they can keep doing it.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea. Saver for the land, for the soul. Because, Amazon's doing these drone delivery. They're developing it where drones deliver packages
Right.
from
Yeah.
the distribution centers. She's like, if Amazon started selling chickens, can you imagine drones delivering chickens? Like, just leave it in the coop. It's like, man, drops off like a little rain in.
What if it's full-size chicken. Like,
I'll
drop
take an
it,
olive egger
flies
today.
away.
Oh my god! If you could sincerely buy full-grown chickens by drone.
That would be epic. That would be
That'd
so.
be
It's the only time a chicken's gonna fly.
And then the chickens are like, "You can't fly."
Oh, Karen, you got that garden tool I recommended, the Hori Hori tool.
Yeah,
it called?
Meg needs a hori
Called
hori.
Hori Hori. And
Oh, the knife.
yeah,
The nice shovel thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel calls it the ho ho.
I saw somebody asked how our plants in the shower are doing. They are currently in Rebecca Rhodes' care, so
They're probably doing
totally
okay.
up to her.
She has a greenhouse.
we
We
did have
knew-
tomatoes die.
We knew we wouldn't be able to take them into California.
Yeah.
So we left them in the
Somewhere
greenhouse.
safe. Yeah.
Somewhere safe.
So the tomatoes did die, but that was my fault. I killed them.
Oh.
I know, it was sad. I know.
Moment of silence for Meg's tomatoes.
But everything else so far is doing all right.
Hey, Chris, can you get on here with your trumpet and play taps real quick? Ba, ba, ba.
So probably about to wrap it up. It's about 8:30.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
Hallie,
Jess.
Carolina girl, congratulations. Having your first kid in December. Any gardening tips? Gardening with a 6-month-old. You gardened when your boys were pretty
Yeah.
small, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that, let's see, set your expectations to make room for the fact that you have a small child.
Mhm.
Like you can't try to do things with an infant on board and expect to have the same productivity as without. So it's better if you just go ahead and lower your expectations on that. Get a good baby carrier. That's probably like a really big thing.
Yep.
For me, it was like Ben was my only one that I really had like a good sized garden when he was small. And it would be That's hilarious. For me, I would
See you
go
now.
out early in the morning and in the evenings with him in the baby carrier. Because you can't be out there in the day in the sun with a baby, and
No.
you know.
But you can do, if you have a shady spot, you can do a pack and play with
yeah.
a fitted sheet over the top for lots of shade. So he's there with
keep
you.
bugs off
Yeah.
that way. That's
Yeah.
a good way if you live in a place that has bugs. And so, yeah, definitely that. Best advice for a starter gardener, Danielle.
Buy all of the seeds. Don't take my
That's
advice.
bad advice.
I know.
That's bad advice.
I think my best advice I do have a video for for first time gardeners. It's just like some basic, like very practical advice. But like if I could say like one thing is that it's a process. Like go into it expecting to learn. And if you go at your garden like you want to become a student of growing things, rather than going at your first garden saying, I want to grow my food and I want to have food on my garden, I want to have harvest. Like if you're going after the harvest, if you don't get that for whatever reason, and you might not when you're first getting started, you might mess up and you might not get as much as you had expected. Discouragement really comes in. But if you go after the lessons and if you go after learning and you go after experience, you will get that no matter what. And so that's like just a really good mental place to be. And the other thing is start small enough that you can handle it to like really get a feel. Like it's very easy to think when you're tilling up your first garden or you're building your garden beds, like, oh, I'm going to plant 100 tomato plants because that's how much I really need for my family. Well, if you don't even know how to grow one tomato plant, like I spent 3 hours this morning tying up tomato plants and pruning them. 3 hours. And that's the third time that I've done that this gardening season because I have 120 tomato plants. And so if you don't know what goes into growing one, don't grow 120. Like it's just smarter. What?
I went to Amazon. They do sell live chickens.
Yes!
Do they really?
Really?
Oh,
Is that a
my,
real
that's what
thing?
it says.
Not that I would really buy
Amazon chickens.
Amazon chickens, but I feel like maybe if one of the big hatcheries could just get a drone, and we're totally good to go.
Linda, I've been asking for a PO box for
Yes,
who? Us?
us.
Okay, I was like,
Lots of people have been asking, and
We
as
have
soon
a
as I
PO
can get
box.
back there and get to the post
Yeah.
office,
So
I
y'all
would
can have a PO box soon. How
Yes.
cool is that?
so
That
PO
would be
box
really
soon
awesome.
with an Amazon wish list going for the house. Right?
Thank you, Austin.
I know that Jeremiah will not leave us alone until we make a wish list, so I feel like we have to concede.
Yes. And listen, the people are behind me. Give the people what they want.
Mob rule.
Mob rule.
This mob will bless you.
We will
You want
You
it or
will
not.
take the plates and you will eat off them and like it. And the
Mob
towels.
rule.
You will have more than 2 towels.
Oh,
All right.
goodness.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up so we can hang out with them for a little bit.
Yep.
Sorry, guys.
No.
Mine.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. We bless y'all.
Bless you guys.
Bye,
See ya.
guys.
Bye.